I'm Randy Croyle. I'm the Director of Financial Aid at the University of Idaho. So I've taken some time to just outline some of these questions, and bummer, if I have to go first, I don't get to learn from anybody else, but it's nice to be here today. So the first question that was posed to us was about scholarship deadlines, and we don't have any application deadlines. We have a rolling admissions process, and as people come into the university, they get considered for scholarships. Our big one is the Go Idaho scholarship for our Idaho state residents. So that's the really nice thing, is they get considered as they come in. Now, we do have a few scholarships that we have awarded, and we had deadlines of acceptance of May 1st. And for the most part, pretty much everything has been extended for the acceptance of their scholarships. The one caveat is housing waivers. So we have about 150 housing waivers that we're giving out to new incoming students. And to meet our target, we offered about 400 awards, and we hit that target. So we've, like we said in our award letters, we've canceled off anybody that hasn't accepted at this point, just because there's not enough rooms. The appeal process for special circumstances, we have forms for various situations: loss of job, changes in family situations, the parent plus loan appeal process, lots of different things that we can consider. And if you go to our forms page, there's access there. But if students or families have questions about what would be most appropriate for their situation, for their special circumstance, they can reach out to us. The best way at this point in time is email, and I've provided our contact information below. Our Idaho Opportunity Scholarship, what we do is we work with the state to identify students that we think will qualify for the Idaho Opportunity Scholarship, and we put on an institutional award to the level that we anticipate that they will be awarded. And as the awards come in from the state, we replace the institutional scholarship with the state scholarship, and we try really hard to communicate that with the students, and we reach out to all the students that have the award, both via email communications, phone calls, text messaging, all kinds of things. We reach out to those students to let them know that they need to apply by the deadline. And then hopefully the state fundings come in and replace the institutional scholarship that we've offered. If not, they get it for the first year. And then the next year, we try to encourage those students and families to apply on time, so they can, or the renewal process, so they can continue to get the Idaho Opportunity Scholarship. So that's how we work that. I mentioned we have a rolling admissions process. So once a student is admitted, if they filed their FAFSA and they're clean, being that they've done all the paperwork and everything that they need to do for verification, we offer them an award package about a week later. It takes us about a week to get that information out. At this point in time, due to COVID, we are not in the office, and therefore we are not sending out paper letters. That takes people physically in the office to print and what have you. So at this point in time, we're doing our communications strictly via email. And if families or students want to get a hold of us, we are encouraging them to email us. We are not answering the general phone line right now. We're working on technology to make sure that that can happen here shortly. But at this point in time, we are not answering general emails, or excuse me, the general phone line. But if you email us, we can set up a Zoom appointment or a phone call or different things if you prefer that mode of communication. So, the other thing was COVID. We did get some funding through the CARES Act, or quite substantial amount of funding through the CARES Act, and the University of Idaho believed that the main intention of those funds was to help the students that were impacted primarily during the shutdown. So the majority of our funds we awarded out through the spring term. And we have some that we're going to be awarding through the summer term as well. Fall, we don't anticipate having CARES Act funding unless the federal government provides more funding to extend out through an award in the fall. So at this point in time, the majority of our funding, 2/3 of it roughly, has already been awarded to our spring enrolled students.